Hi everyone! Today we're making sweet pies from scratch. Enjoy! Hi, welcome back. These are the ingredients that you will need to make sweet pies. These are some tools and equipment that you will use for making our sweet pies. First, we begin by measuring the flour. Make sure to sift the flour as well to ensure that your pie crust will be smooth and free from lumps. Next, add your dry ingredients together with your flour. So add your salt and sugar into your flour mixture and make sure to sift it together. You may use a fork or a whisk to pass it through the sieve. Set your dry ingredients aside and let's now move on to the butter. You may use a pastry blender or 2 forks to put in your butter in your flour. Make sure to mix it all together until it becomes a crumbly mixture ready to make it into a dough. The temperature of your butter needs to be chilled or softened. Finally, put iced water. Your water needs to be very cold. As you can see, mine has frozen on the top. I've left this for an hour or maybe less than an hour in the freezer. Okay, I take 1/4 cup of that and pour it into my mixture to make a good pastry dough. Following this, you can knead it with your hands. You may use gloves if you want to, but for me, I want the warmth of my hands to go through the dough so that it melts the butter a little bit and it will make the dough come together more easily. Afterwards, you can roll it into a log so that it will rest. Cover with cling wrap so that it does not harden on the outside, and put it in your refrigerator to chill for about 15 minutes, just so that your dough can rest. Next, we prepare the egg wash. Just break 1 egg and beat it. This is for the top to make it golden brown. Okay, and now I'm preparing my fillings. You can choose any filling you want. Here I'm using fresh fruit, so bananas is a good option, very easy to find. I also have frozen strawberries, which I will be mashing later on. You can use any fruit you want. You may use mangoes, canned peaches, tropical fruit cocktail. It's all up to you. Alright, so these are my strawberries. Just mash it up together so that it becomes a puree. If you don't have fresh fruits, you can also use fruit jams. Okay, and once you are done, you have your fillings ready. You can take out your dough. I portion it into three pieces so that I can easily roll it out. I can see if it's even, and I use a cookie cutter to make sure that I have even squares. You can make it into any shape. You can use a circle. You can even just cut it with your knife. So if it's for the Christmas season, you can make Christmas trees out of it, stars. If it's Valentine's, you can make hearts. So feel free to be creative with it. The only thing that you need to remember here is that your dough must be smooth and even. Okay, so the thinness should be even. The thickness should be even as well. Take the remaining dough and roll it together. This is important because every time you knead it together and cut it out, the remaining dough gets kneaded a little bit more than the others, so the texture will be slightly different. So it's important to have the same level of kneading for each piece of dough. Okay, so put your filling inside and cover with another piece. Okay, and here I widen it out a little bit so that it can cover it well. I also designed the holes. The holes are needed so that your pies will not expand and explode in your oven or when you are frying it. So it is when you're frying it, it needs to be a closed pocket so that your fillings do not come out. But if you're baking it, your pies should be closed. Okay, and put a little bit of egg wash on top. Okay, so as you can see, I am using a serrated dough cutter to put on the designs. If you don't have that, don't worry, you can use a regular fork. Put in whatever design you desire. Here I am changing the designs depending on what the content is inside, so I can easily identify it by the design. Here are my raw pies. Okay, and here we have them in the oven waiting for it. It is baking at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. It is slightly baking at a very slightly higher temperature so that it becomes golden brown. Midway, I sprinkle a little bit of sugar on top so that it also has I brush it with egg again and then put a little bit of sugar so that the sugar will stick to it. If you do it earlier on, the sugar will burn. Okay, so I put it midway. Alright, and afterwards, this is how it looks like. Our final output, our sweet pies, golden brown, and especially looks delicious. Hope you can try it yourselves. Bye!